Hello, it's Chess with Bill. I'm gonna play a game today, see what happens. And this time I'm using my microphone. Yeah. Who am I playing? Let me make sure that you have the little sounds. Oh, did they abort? They tend to abort when I play the English, which is ironic because this guy is English. All right, maybe he just knows how tough the English is. Right, so you can see everything that's going on here. Okay, that's that one. What do I want to play with it here? With this? I'm gonna play the French. I don't think it's the French if I go against D4. I think you're supposed to use it against E4, but what do I know? Do I take here? I don't know. I don't know. This is a little bit tricky for me. I want to put my knight out, but I don't think I'm gonna put my knight out. Could leave the tension, or I could put this guy forward. Let me calculate really fast. I should know this already, but I don't. You know, I'm gonna take. I think he pushes the e-pawn. Queen's Knight variation. Queen's Gambit declined. Huh. So if I play the French against basically a Queen's Gambit, it's gonna start turning into the Queen's Gambit declined. It's interesting because I took the pawn, which is the Gambit. Interesting. I've probably gone outside of this guy's study as well. Like, he pulled a d4, and I was like, right, the French. And he was like, what? What do you mean? So my next move, I was thinking, knight. If this takes, granted that I have this problem here, don't I? So maybe the knight's not a great move there. Let's say, assuming he does this. Taking, he takes back, and I can't do that. So I think he pushes here, and that's actually okay. Maybe the knight comes here. If he takes, then actually I've kind of done a weird gambit myself. This kind of thing comes down, and I lose castle rights. So maybe the knight is a good move. This happens, this happens. Let's see, here, here. How do I respond after that? Kind of having trouble thinking, to be completely honest. Now maybe the knight. So that way, if this kind of thing goes down, I can take. If he takes with a queen, then I have this thing coming. It's still kind of an awkward position. We'll see what he does. That's what I'm concerned with. He probably won't even do that move. That's assuming he pushes. I think my knight comes out. If not, getting the bishop out seems like a good mojo, but this would normally be where I'd put the bishop, and I don't really want to block this pawn. So getting castled I think would be good. Maybe the bishop out this way. I don't know, this square is weak, right? So taking is just odd. Like me taking on c4 actually creates a pretty gnarly weakness for me. I still think this is the move. But, you know, and then he gets a strong center. I don't know. So I'm thinking, coming this way, it does invite this. In normal French stuff, it'd be this maneuver. So maybe here, although my king is really stopped up at that point. I don't have any pieces out. Am I still online? This sometimes happens, where I'm sitting there like, man, they're taking a really long time, and then it turns out I'm offline. I'm like, oh no, what's happened? So I'm gonna actually get a check and make sure that I'm still online. Yeah, I'm still rocking and rolling. Looks like their connection's pretty crap. So let's see. Maybe getting the bishop out is a good move. Bishop could come here. This happens. Could move back. This happens. You can't really do that. This happens, but then my bishop's under attack. So this, maybe just push back. It's weakened this side, but not really. You know, his king's not over here, so it's kind of just developing his... Like, do I really want this, right? Yeah, I think old dude maybe he had to like go to the store or something. It's happened to me before. And I know, like with chess.com, aborting games is like, you know, a big no-no. Okay, well, I won a game because of probably time stuff. Huh. Alright. I want to do a game review. I know it's a little lackluster, y'all, for me to like play 2 games that basically just got aborted, but I would like to know where this game was going. So I'm going to game review it, assuming I haven't used up my game reviews. What? Accuracy 100? Oh, I was like, what? Okay. It's because we didn't play any games. So it's all book moves. Huh. Okay, so these are book moves. I was thinking maybe I messed up here. This is the Queen's Gambit declined opening. You've played this opening 1 time as black with a 0% win rate. Okay, so this is fine. Well, I did learn something then. So, d4, and then this is not the French. I mean, it's the French moves, but the French is in response to e4. I mean, it's the French, as far as I know. Okay, so he plays the Queen's Gambit. We roll into the Queen's Gambit because I'm doing the French moves. He does his stuff, and then I go into Queen's Gambit declined. Because the Queen's Gambit should normally be... Is it here? And then this, and then I take. I think that's the Queen's Gambit. But I didn't do that. I pulled this maneuver. Good. So the defense that I'm working on actually is at least a book move. I need to look at this variation. Sliding into, transposing into Queen's Gambit. Declined. So let's see what happens after that. Looks like plus... Is it the top one that I do? Oh, you can't see any of this because I'm... Let me see. Just the moment. Turn that off so you can actually see these coordinates. So it does like this move, right? Coming after the square. C5 is the next one. So I was playing with coming here if he pushed there. Is this a move? Is C5 a move? No, it's not. Okay, so E4, and then it wants C5, knight F6, or bishop B4. Okay, so those were ideas that I had, but it likes this. Opens up the queen, gets these going. I've got these awkward pawns. Interesting, it says that just good. Oh, c5, derp. Yeah, so it kind of forces, hey, take or push. Let's see the top one. Let's see. You can take, and then we just trade queens. So if he takes, we trade queens. If he goes knight f3 to maintain tension, then I take. Otherwise, according to this best move, is push here. Okay. Equals d5. Yep. I'm assuming he takes back, or even with the knight. No, the queen comes. Probably trades, and then trades this way. So he's got this forward knight, and I've got kind of these awkward pawns. This one's kind of bad. I could defend the pawn, attack here kind of, and f5. Bishop f5. This bishop f5. So this is developing. a6 is possible, and knight d7 is possible. I kind of like this one. Bishop f4, so he doesn't take here. f4. And it seems like white is better off. Okay, knight d7. So it's just developing, right? Am I trying to queenside castle? I mean, he's got this pretty gnarly bead, and this pawn is there. Yeah, queenside castle, baby. Okay. I mean, lots going on. Knight b5, right? I can't come over here. Probably a6. No, knight b8. Knight b6, sorry. Really? So I just allow the check? What do I not see? Knight b6. Okay, lose here. I've got one move. This looks bad. But apparently, according to the ELO, it's just plus half in white's favor. Okay, knight f3 for him. Developing. I don't take. This looks like I'm getting owned. f6. Right, so protecting the king, of course. Knight b5. I don't see how this is good for me. This seems really bad. Knight a8. Coming down this way for a little counterplay. Okay, so the point is this is sharp as hell. Basically, if I go French on this, and he pushes e4, it's saying, wait, did I do that? Hold on. Oni? No, I want to do this one. This is the move. And this is going to get gnarly, and I'm going to feel like I'm losing because all this starts happening. Boom, boom, boom. Right? Just allowing it. King side or queen side castle. I was going to develop on the queen or the king side, but no, no, no. I don't understand this move. Oh, it's mate. If I don't move this knight, the king has nowhere to go. Oh, that's checkmate, baby. I would probably have gotten checkmated. And this is normal. This is like, oh yeah, go for it. F6. Blocking this knight coming down. And this squirreliness happening after. I guess this move here allows... It prevents his bishop from coming out. You know, the bishop is either going to block, or his bishop is just always blocking his rook. Whoo! Dang! Alright, I'm looking at it again. Alright, so someone pulls this maneuver. I'm like, whatever, man. Take it. I'm going into that sharpness. Don't push c6. Push c5. And be ready. Be ready for it. If they push, it's okay. It looks bad. It looks so bad. I'm coming here. Boom. Why? Because I want to put my knight there to eventually defend this so that this malarkey... Lord. Better do that. And there, coming after the pawn and getting some play. c3 for the knight, just redirecting and defending here, or over defending here. Interesting, I've got this coming on. Can't take because I'm pinned. Wait, that's also his piece, so e7, actually getting old dude out, blocking the bishop because I don't care about bishops apparently. d6, okay. Come here, or do we go for it? c6, bam. So I guess the idea is this, eventually. When I play as black, I so often get a pawn either there or there, and I'm like, ugh. This is murder. 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 Alright. Knight d2. So this is double attacking this pawn. And then g5. I'm assuming that's to get my bishop out. g5. It weakens this pawn big time. All I'm doing is just weakening stuff. Like, it's the computer's playing like me. The other moves are knight d4, which seems something that I would do. I don't really know what it accomplishes. I mean, it defends here. And then bishop g4. g4. Attacking the rook. Let's go with the top one. g5. That's not g5. That makes so much more sense. Right? I was like, I don't get it. I don't get it. That makes a little bit more sense. So I'm trying to boot this guy. He's got to either push back or come here. g3, so he pushes back, maintaining. I have somewhere to come. Really, it says that's good. Bishop e3 once now. So this is better because it starts attacking my knight. Okay. I've got a hideaway square. A very nasty backwards pawn. And I can take this pawn. Which is the second move. I think that's what I would do. Although then I'm pinning myself. It wants knight e5. Right here. Because I guess the idea is this pawn is dead. Like regardless. But doesn't that allow here? Let's go here and see what it does. It wants a3 or b3 or knight on the d to e4. blocking that. I don't know. I would be more comfortable. I'd be more comfortable with this. And then if this happens, I just feel better about it. I guess the problem is that, and so my bishop is going down. So let me trust in the computers. It wants here, 95. And then bishop kills C. No, it keeps on changing. Piling up here. And then it has a king move, C6. It's a ballsy move, man. Uses the king to defend here and unpins the king. But it's like, all right. I mean, I'm just going to get a queen sometime. Knight kills C5. I cannot take back. And that is a pawn. Bishop kills D6. Get rid of that. And the king's just out. I need to study this. I need to study this. That is wild. Alright. Y'all, I know the games were a little bit lackluster, but it brought me into something that I definitely need to study, which is what happens when they play, your opponent plays Queen D4, or the D4 opening, and then you play the French. And it looks like it just, queenside castles get sharp really easily. Whoa. Alright, thank you for joining. Thank you to the Patreon. Join the Patreon if you get a chance. And James Johnston, Ember Ellaria, and Natalia Cline have already joined. Thank you guys very much. I will continue making videos and studying chess. And if you have any advice or whatever, cool joke, let me know. Until then, a peace.